Hello everyone, I'm Paul McGuire Grimes. Hugh Grant is in his villain era in the suspenseful new film Heretic. It's in theaters and I want to talk about it. This is Paul's trip to the movies. Heretic starts innocent enough as we see two young missionary women discussing sex and porn and everything that they've been led to be shameful of. Chloe East plays Sister Paxton, who is quite talkative and a firm believer in her faith. Sophie Thatcher plays Sister Barnes, who's a bit more reserved and quieter. They're members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints who need to go door knocking to increase their number of baptisms and drum up interest in the church. It's a cold and a rainy day when they knock on the door of Mr. Reed, who's played by Hugh Grant. He's charming and invites them inside, insisting that his wife is inside making blueberry pies. They comply and find themselves in a stark home that's old-fashioned in its decoration, with a leaky roof and bad wallpaper. Now, at first, Sister Paxton is impressed by Mr. Reed's knowledge of world religions. Their conversations on theology and faith, though, take a sharp turn as the two sisters realize that he's been lying about everything. There's no escape when the doors lock behind them and their cell phones no longer receive cell service. The film also stars Topher Grace in a small role as Elder Kennedy. Heretic is the latest film written and directed by Scott Beck and Brian Woods, and they wrote A Quiet Place and The Boogeyman. Now, there are plenty of horror movies out there that are based on religious themes, but they tend to be possession movies, as I think jump scares are just easy material. Heretic, though, is a kind of a refreshing turn in this subgenre, as it doesn't demonize religion or theology. It instead just uses these concepts as thematic questions that these core characters can discuss and ponder how faith changes and evolves over time, and whether or not there's this maybe cynical brainwashing by churches at the core of some of our, issues facing society. The two missionary women are steadfast in what they've been fed from their church, where Hugh Grant's character, Mr. Reed, reminds them that different denominations and religions are basically just iterations of the same thing that then just lessen over time and I think dampen the impact of religion, as he says. Mr. Reed can talk his way in and out of any conversation, can really outsmarting anything that the two girls have to say with their retorts about their faith. Now, it's a dialogue-heavy first half that really plays out like this think piece. It gets more and more claustrophobic as the girls really bide their time and the tension then mounts. It takes a wild spin about an hour in that really shifts what's actually at stake. Hugh Grant seems tailor-made for this character in that he can use his kind of usual charming personality to lure the women in and then just keep them at a short distance with how smart he is. Director Scott Beck and Brian Woods use this kind of uneasiness and the tension to really build up the horror in this game of survival with the two young women. Most of the film takes place in Mr. Reed's home, which really acts as a vital character in this film. There are tricks and secrets around every turn that just kind of add more layers to this kind of atmospheric terror. Scott Beck and Brian Woods have a smart thriller on their hands as they pepper the audience with questions about faith and organized religion. There's a dark, twisted sense of humor along the way, though. It's really balanced out nicely, and Hugh Grant just dishes out that diabolical turn. I'm giving Heretic 3.5 out of 5 ticket stubs. If you like my review today, click subscribe on my YouTube channel. I have some other movie reviews, some celebrity interviews, and I'd love to hear from you. Click subscribe on my YouTube channel and follow me on social media at Paul's Movie Trip, and then go to my website, paulstriptothemovies.com, for even more reviews. Thank you so much for watching my review of Heretic. This is Paul's Trip to the Movies.